Well, good morning.
Good morning. Another day in Kefalonia.
Yep, another sunny morning.
Yeah. And today we wanted to come out and do a walk, a bit of a culture walk, see a little bit more of...
A culture walk.
Yeah, culture walk.
Make us sound cultured.
Ending at the winery. But, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, we wanted to come out and see a little bit more of the history, and so we're up in Valsamata. One of the first things to see is going to be the old Valsamata village.
Yeah, that's just up ahead of us, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Kefalonia is full of these ghost villages because of a devastating earthquake that hit the island in the 50s.
Yeah, like really, really devastating.
Absolutely devastating. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. But yes, so that's the first thing to see, and then I think we're going to go down into the new Valsamata. There's a monastery there,
yeah,
a church.
The old monastery, there's a new church, there's a winery, so plenty to see today.
Lots to see, yeah, excited.
But I think, you've probably seen us walking past, there's a lot of remains of buildings, which is the result of this earthquake, and as Shell says, there's an awful lot of that around.
Yeah, there's loads of them all over the island.
I think as we get into the old village up ahead, we're going to see a lot more of that.
Yeah.
So
let's see. This is a beautiful area, very raw.
It is, it's nice, yeah. We kind of passed through just before the drop off past the new church. Fairly busy down there, there's a lot of tourists at the church, but much quieter up here, isn't it? It's a lovely area.
Gorgeous.
Right, let's get cracked on then.
Let's go on our culture walk.
Yes, let's get cultured. So as you can see already, there's a lot of remains of pretty much destroyed houses.
I think there's the old church up ahead.
Oh wow, yeah, you can see that up in the distance. So apparently one of the reasons the buildings didn't really fare very well in the earthquake is because of the way they were made, which is basically stone, clay and mud. And yeah, I don't want to disturb it too much, but you can see, it just falls to pieces. It's not solid building material by any means, is it?
No, and I think that was the case across the island. They were all built like this.
Yeah,
traditional
so you throw a 7.3 magnitude earthquake at it and it's not going to do very well, is it? Even more rubble and ruins up ahead of us there. It's just kind of everywhere you turn, isn't it? So we've just met a little guy back at this little house behind us here who's passed us these. Not quite sure what they are, some kind of nut maybe?
Some kind of nut.
But we're going to see if we can get into one and see what they are.
Yeah.
So Shell's going in with a stone and a wall. Let's see what we can do. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
What have we got?
I think it's a walnut.
Oh, I do like walnuts.
Yeah, walnut.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Well, I'll have a bit of that, I will. Fresh as they come. Oh, they're lovely. Thanks, Greek guy. So we think this is the old church, which looks like it's stood up a little bit better. It's still pretty wrecked, but it looks like it's been built better. There's some steel work in the ceiling at least, but it's still well and truly hanging to bits.
I'm not sure how safe it is.
I feel like one of those urban explorers now. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to hang around in there, but we're going to see if we can get round the back and have a look there. And this part has become storage for some kind of really old agricultural machinery. No idea what that is. Oh, they might be. Our taxi driver mentioned olive pressing here, didn't he? I don't know if you can see off against that back wall over there is something that maybe looks like an olive press. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but it could be. But that piece of machinery looks very old. So this is the back gate to the church. Obviously some refurb work done here, I'm guessing. There's some graves there, yeah. But it looks like the whole roof is missing. And this building is just behind the church, not quite sure what this is. But again, in a bit of a bad way. Wow. Bit of a mess.
So sad to think this was someone's home, isn't it?
I don't know whether this was something to do with the church or what. But yeah, you can kind of see the damage to that wall over there. You can see the literally the stone, the clay and the mud which it's made from, or was made from. Anybody know what that's for?
On August 12, 1953, it took just 50 terrifying seconds to reduce the island of Kefalonia to rubble. The fierce tremor, 7.5 on the Richter scale, ravaged Kinthos and Kefalonia, leaving a trail of utter destruction. Every village on Kefalonia lost public buildings, churches, and worst of all, houses. For some strange reason, the village of Viscardo on the north of the island remained relatively untouched. Some 85% of the island's housing stock was wiped out. In the face of such devastation to roads and infrastructure, hill villages had to be abandoned in their entirety and reconstruction started again nearer the sea. The first houses built were simple, single-storey buildings, many of which still remain today. It was a decade or more before the wealth and confidence returned to build grander houses. In the face of such hopelessness, many Kefalonians left the island to seek work in America, Australia, and New Zealand. It is the wealth of these returning immigrants which gives the island its current prosperity.
Well, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, really, so interesting, fascinating.
So yeah, we've just spent about the last 20 minutes wandering around a true ghost village. I didn't really know what to expect when we read that in the guidebook, but it's just full of...
You're wandering around all the little roads.
Yeah, these are little back streets, and just... up till 1953 this would have been a buzzing little village.
Yeah, so many, isn't it?
And just crazy to see nature's taken over. There's just trees and bushes growing out of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So just behind the ruins of that old church is this, which I'm guessing is a new build, in quite a fetching colour as well. Don't you think? We just spotted this off the side of the road. Not quite sure what this is or was, but again, it's in quite the mess. So I think we're descending this hillside towards the village again, and there's some olive trees dotted around. I think there's an olive production factory around here somewhere as well, isn't there, the taxi guy was saying?
He said there were 6 factories on the island.
Yeah, and there's one of them based, it wasn't too far from the monastery, I don't think, was it?
That beautiful little village.
Yeah, we might get to have a look at that. So we've got a little passing shower overhead, which the weatherman did mention, didn't he?
Yeah, we were expecting a few showers today.
But it's still really warm. It's quite humid as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So some kind of crop cultivation here. I think this might be one of the vineyards, but the taxi driver was saying they've finished the harvest now. So we're starting to meet the outskirts of New Valsamata with all the newer buildings, and very nice some of them are as well. We've come down from sort of up around here somewhere. That's where old Valsamata was. But some nice houses, isn't there? And some thunder in the distance.
I think that's past now.
So just off the road from New Valsamata is this, which the map is telling us is the Field of 40 Wells. Not seeing quite as many as I thought it would. Oh, it continues round here as well, I think. Around there. Can we not get in? Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, it's not. But you get the idea.
Yeah,
It's a field with 40 wells.
a whole lot of wells in a field.
Why do I feel compelled to count them to make sure there's 40?
So we're not getting ripped off. And the far end of New Valsamata brings us to the Ag Gerasimos Monastery. Very, very impressive building, which I think we can go inside and have a look around. Wow. So we're able to go upstairs, and to say we're blown away by this place is an understatement. Absolutely incredible. So that was absolutely incredible.
Wow, yeah, blown away.
Was not expecting that.
So grand.
And Saint Gerasimos is the patron saint of Kefalonia.
Yeah.
This is dedicated to him, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it says in our book that he spent his life until he died in 1579 looking after the welfare of the villagers and their children. Many miracles occurred after his death, and when his body was exhumed in 1581, he was found not to have decomposed and was declared a saint.
That's how to become a saint then.
So this is the smaller, older church, and it was built over the saint's tomb and the cave where he lived.
So we weren't allowed to film in there, but
And it wouldn't have felt right anyway.
no. I did get a little tiny clip through the door of the sarcophagus, But his tomb is below that church, is that right?
Yeah, there was a nun sort of praying.
Yeah, against the
against
the sarcophagus.
Very, very religious. Yeah, very
Very interesting.
great to see.
Yeah, incredible place. Well, we've just sat back there and had a little bite to eat.
A sheltered spot, which was
Yeah,
good.
the drizzle getting heavier, turning a bit more into rain, and there's definitely some thunder around. But on the plus side, we are now off to the Robola Winery. Let's go taste some wine. Please tell me they're full of wine. Which way do you think we should go? So how about that then?
Heaven.
Quite an array of wines. We've just had a talk from the lady on the origins of them all and the grapes and stuff.
Yeah.
So we are going to go and do some tasting, and we've got some cheese and breadsticks there and everything.
Fabulous.
This is looking pretty good, isn't it? Nice way to end the walk.
Yeah.
So the Linos White, which is a blend of Saucy and Muscadel. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Nice. I have a feeling all of these are going to be nice.
Yeah, really full of flavour.
Okay, let's try one.
So Pete's trying the sweet dessert wine.
Yeah,
You're a
this
fan of
is-
these,
what's
aren't
that?
Whatever that
sorry,
is.
I'm terrible at
There you
Greek.
go.
Glykorogos, I think it is.
Intense aromas of strawberry, marmalade, cherries.
That sounds right up my street. I love dessert wine. Oh wow, very sweet, quite thick. Could get used to that. So we are going to sit here and work our way through these one by one.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
probably going to buy a bottle or two afterwards.
Yeah,
I
I
think lovely
think so,
place,
Will.
lovely backdrop as well. You've got the mountains just above the winery there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to bore you with us drinking loads of wine. We're just going to drink loads of wine. Cheers.
Oh wow. That one.
Lots
That's
of
a
cherry.
winner so far.
Yeah,
And the semi-dry rosé.
this is a lot of fun.
I think I'll be taking that one home.
So with the vineyards in the background, it's got to be done, hasn't it? Pinky out.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, that was a lot of fun.
It really was.
Lovely way to round up the day.
Yeah, weather's cleared up a little bit
Yeah.
too.
The wine was just fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, superb.
A few standouts, which
We're taking home.
we had to get a couple of bottles of each. For anyone visiting, the Brillante White and the Brillante Rosé.
Semi-dry.
Semi-dry, absolutely
Yeah.
superb.
Oh, fantastic.
The dessert wine was superb. One of the reds was good, the other one was outstanding. Can't remember what that was called.
Oh, it was that funny name, but yeah, we can't pronounce it anyway, so
Lots and lots of great wines, really great wines.
yeah, lovely.
So yeah, perfect way to wrap this one up, I think.
Really enjoyed today.
Yeah, it's been a great one. Weather's not been perfect, but don't really care. It's been a good mix, what with the exploring of old Valsamata, down into new Valsamata, the monastery, the winery. It's been quite the mix for us, hasn't it?
Good culture.
Yeah, good culture day, culture walk, ending at a winery. Right, so yeah, we're going to wrap it up here and head back to the hotel. As always, thanks very much for watching,
Yes, thank you.
and we shall see you on the next one. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.